Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a wonderful night. We have a great live stream. Welcome to the Bourbon Hang, where we're going to be drinking some good bourbon, but it's more about hanging out with you guys. I will get to everybody in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me okay. We've got a fun tasting tonight that is not for the taters. I imagine if you guys are tuning in tonight, you are true bourbon geeks. That's exciting for me to hang out with you guys and taste some stuff maybe you have or haven't had. I think most of you guys have probably had some of this stuff. But in addition to tasting this stuff tonight, let me get this popped up. I'm going to send out a whole flight of what we're tasting tonight for uh, a winner tonight. $5 super chat gets you into that, and that's not for me to make money, guys. It's just to pay for shipping of these. We did a live stream last week, and I sent out 3 samples, and it was like close to $60. So I just do that to cover my shipping. But let me tell you guys about what we're tasting tonight, and it's going to be a blind. I don't know. I've poured these. I don't know what they are. Let's go through what we're tasting first. First of all, Chattanooga whiskey. This is their Founders, one of my favorite craft distillery picks. Again, guys, I will get to you guys if you say hey in the chat. I'll get to you in just a second. But I see people hopping on, so that's awesome. Chattanooga. If you guys haven't had Chattanooga, it's very good stuff. Their Founders is actually a mix of their distillate and MGP. So this kind of cheating, I guess, because it's not 100% their distillate in this bottle that I'm tasting today. Another one I'll be tasting tonight is Starlight. If you guys know Starlight out of Indiana, this is their double oaked rye, and this is a pick done from our friends at Power of Bourbon. I absolutely love what Starlight's doing, and I love their double oaked rye almost more than anything. So that'll be interesting to see where that is. Next, we've got my favorite A1 pick of the year so far, which surprises me, and that is Woodinville. Now, in years past, Woodinville had came off a little crafty to me, meaning that like fresh cut 2x4 note. This one is really, really good on its own. I don't know how it's going to stack up against these in this blind flight, but very interested to see where that is because I absolutely love this latest pick from A1 in Effingham. Next, you guys know I got the hard truth hat on because I think that's probably what's going to win tonight. Is I've got the caramel malted rye. This is one of my favorite bottles, not just of craft distilleries, but period. It's just such a beautiful expression, and that's in there tonight. I don't have much left. If you win this flight tonight, you'll probably get the last of this bottle, and I don't have another bottle of it. Next is a bottle I found today, actually. Now, if you guys, I don't know how long you've been following the channel, but I reviewed Blom Brothers years ago, and actually one of the owners got on and on my review was not happy that I did not give them a good review. And I've tasted their stuff several times. I have not been the biggest fan. It's way too crafty for me. It has that fresh cut wood taste that I just do not like. Today I found their rye whiskey, 8 years old, finished in peach brandy barrels. So this one we're just sticking in for fun. And I assume that, whoever wins this flight will love tasting this. So that's just fun to kind of throw in there. I'm interested to see if those peach brandy notes pop out or if it's done well, if it still tastes crafty to me. We'll see. We'll find out. And then last is Driftless Glen. And again, this is another A1 pick. This is an older pick. So we'll see how that does. Again, we're all over the board tonight, guys. We have ryes, we have finished ryes, we have we have 120 proof. We have down to what's the lowest proof? I think 100. Chattanooga, I think, is 100. And again, if Chattanooga wins, it's a little bit cheating because it's got some MGP stuff mixed into it, but it's going to be a fun night. Next week, I want to tell you guys. Next week we're doing our Halloween stream early. You guys won't want to miss that. We'll be doing giveaways as well for the Halloween stream. I've got 3 guests coming on. Brad, Ed, and Ben are going to come on. We're all going to be dressed up. If you guys watched our live stream last year, the Halloween stream, we did the 1 chip challenge, and it was a blast. We had so much fun. We're not going to do anything like that this time, but we are sending each other blind samples, so that'll be fun. All right, let me see here. Let's get into see who's here, see who's hanging out. The true whiskey nerds. No taters tonight. No taters will be tuning in tonight. That's for sure. No Blantons tonight. No Buffalo Trace tonight. Daniel's in the house. Mo Peaches. Yeah, that's right. Daniel thinks, or I guess some of his favorites is Driftless and Hard Truth. Totally agree. What's up, dude? Cheers, man. Doug H is in the house. Erica, what's up, Erica? Cheers. Celebrating 1,100 subscribers tonight. All right, dude. If you want to put your link in the chat, go for it, man. I love supporting other channels, so happy to do that for you. Peter B's in the house. Prescription Bourbon. Hey, what's up, man? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Trey's in the house. What's up, dude? Good to see you guys. All the true whiskey nerds are here tonight. Let's see. What else did I want to tell you guys about? Oh, if you're in Barrels for Hope, you guys probably already know this, but if you don't, we did get our Hard Truth single barrel pick in, and those will be going out to members next week. So super excited about that. I cannot wait to taste it. I have not tasted it since we picked it at Hard Truth. I think it came in at 124, 125 proof. It was aged at the top of the rick house. I have not seen another Hard Truth single barrel pick or Hard Truth period that high proof. So really excited about that. And let's see. Only other thing I want to talk about before we get into this tasting is just the fact that if you guys have followed the channel for very long and you know my palate, you know that typically I'm pretty hard on craft distilleries. In that I really dislike a craft note I get, which is like fresh cut wood. So I try not to when I do review craft distilleries, I try not to give them my score when I did the old scoring system. And I try to tell you guys whether I thought they were promising or not, because it's really hard for some of these smaller distilleries to compete with the legacy distilleries, and it's just not fair. Now, that being said, Hard Truth, I've always given scores to because I've never got any of those crafty notes in anything Hard Truth has done. So that's why I'm such a huge fan and have been like shouting their praises for, gosh, 3+ years. So let's see. Michael Edwards is in the house. Oh yeah, that Nulu Weeded is good, man. That's a good bottle. Susan, what's up? Starlight, Driftless Glen, Limestone Branch, Old 55, Blonde Brothers, Hard Truth. Now, Susan, she is a whiskey nerd and she loves all these craft distilleries. So excited she's here to see this if she sticks around. But it's good to have you here, Susan. I have a feeling I'm going to be able to tell where Hard Truth is. I've got 6 samples here, all blind tonight. So what I'm going to do is just go through. And again, if you guys are new to the Thursday live streams, we try to just go about an hour. So we'll taste one. I'll kind of give you my tasting notes. We'll go through the 6, and then I'll start at 6, go back to 1. Try to rank these for you guys, and we'll see where they're at. So let's without further delay, let's get in to glass 1 here. Glass 1 smells kind of fruity. I don't know if I should try to guess these. Do you guys want me to try to guess what these are or just try not to guess what they are and just rank my favorites? That might be a better option. Let me write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. 2, 3, 4, 6. So I can keep these straight. I got to figure out a way that when I do these blinds, I can reveal them to you guys without seeing them. I don't know how to do that yet. So I got to figure out a good way to do that. Peter B says rank them. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. This first glass really nice. I don't get any of those craft notes. Um, it's got your typical glass one kind of smells a little Buffalo Tracy in that there's some like good fruit notes to it. Like those like kind of strawberry cherry notes. This is gonna be my first sip of whiskey, so I'm gonna have to do a couple on this first one. Now, that first sip, on the nose on that one, I'm gonna put Buffalo Tracy. On the palate now, I did taste a little bit of that, like, fresh cut wood, but that was my first sip, and oak really on my first sip of the night, oak really stands out for me, so let's see. Anybody else have a opinion on how you guys want me to do these? You want me to taste it and then reveal it, or would you rather me just taste all 6 blind and rank them? I think Peter B said rank them. So any more votes? Oh man, that second sip was much better. Man, that's good. That's got almost that first one almost has like a little sherry note to it. Again, your typical classic bourbon notes, with caramel kinda being the main thing, but then it's got a lot of fruit layered over it, kinda like strawberries, um, a little bit of sherry. Now none of these have sherry, so I'm interested it's interesting that I'm getting that. Alright, Susan says blind. Peter says rank 'em. Yeah, we'll just do it blind. I'm gonna take one more sip of this first one here. Oh, man, that's so good. Mm. Well, so the crafty note that I kinda got on the first, went away totally. Again, classic bourbon notes, but a little bit more on the fruity side, but there's also this nice, like, I don't know how to describe it other than kind of a sherry kinda note on the back end. Perfect proof point for me, probably around that 115. Good finish, really long finish. The finish on that is excellent, it hangs around. Hmm. I liked 1 a lot. That's a great pour, whatever that is. Okay. Glass 2. Oh, glass 2, different animal here. Glass 2 on the nose, more chocolatey. Oh, look who's in the house. Power of Bourbon's in the house. What's up, man? Yeah, I put your store pick in here, your Starlight store pick. It's, probably my favorite bottle of Starlight I've had, so I have a feeling it's really gonna stand out in this blind, but we'll see. Oh, man. Oh, man. 2 is so good. 2 is on the palate is maltier for sure, but lots of chocolate. I mean, what I was getting on the nose, that chocolate really carries through. Um, if I had If I had to guess, I mean, it just stands out. I think too is the Chattanooga. Because of the maltiness on there. It's just a different animal than I think the rest of these are going to be. And again, I know it wasn't fair to put Chattanooga in here because it's got MGP blended into it. So ah, that's like chocolate covered cherries, man. Oh man, that's good. That is so good. Again, good finish. It's the finish isn't as long as whatever was in glass one, but the finish is really good on that. And what's crazy is if that is Chattanooga, I think Chattanooga is 100 proof. There is a lot of flavor packed into that 100 proof. A lot of flavor, a lot of viscosity. Um, that is a good pour. Whatever two is a really good pour in this flight. All right. All right, let's go to 3 here. Mm. 3 on the nose is butterscotch for days. It's funny, we all chase all these, tater bottles, and there's some good craft whiskey up here, man. Mm. Again, $5 super chat. There's only one person in right now, so, if nobody else does it tonight, they'll be getting this tasting. I'll send samples of every bottle, and then you guys can watch this back if you want and do the tasting yourself, see if you get the same notes I do. Mm. 3 smells beautiful. Mm. 3 is heavy, heavy caramel, butterscotch, and, a little, like I know what that is. I'm trying not to guess what these are, but I know what that is because it stands out. It has, like, a kind of, uh, a beer note to it, and, that Hard Truth Rye is that malted rye, caramel malted rye. So the way the Hard Truth ryes are, you have your regular malted rye, your caramel malted rye, and your chocolate malted rye, and it's just a level of toasting on the rye. So um, that caramel's right in the middle. I think that's what that is. It's so beautiful, man. It is so good. Oh, you know what I forgot? I'm sorry, guys. This will make this things a little more bearable than just listen to me. There we go. How about that? You guys have not had those Hard Truth sweet mash ryes or the malted ryes, find them. Man, they're good. Now, that on the finish is just a little bit drying. It's the only knock I would have on glass 3. These are all such different animals, guys. This is really going to be hard to rank my favorites. It's not a bad one in the bunch yet. All right. Last 4. Ooh. Wow. Now, glass 4 is coming off on the nose, a little bit crafty. Does have that fresh cut wood. I don't know what the legacy, the cooperage difference between the legacy distilleries and some of the craft distilleries. If it's the aging or, I mean, it can't all be aging because they're releasing some 4-year stuff from a legacy distillery that doesn't taste crafty, and from craft distilleries it does. It's almost like if you aged water in like brand new wood you got from Home Depot versus if you aged water in wood that had been sitting out in the sun and dried and lost some of that kind of newness to it. that's the difference between craft distilleries and legacy distilleries when I'm picking out craft notes, that note that I hate, which is just like fresh cut 2x4s. I don't know if that made any sense, but that's the best way I can describe it. And this has that almost too new young wood. That's wild. Number 4. Number 4 has got to be the Palm Brothers. At first, I didn't know what I was tasting. It was so wild. And kind of like the ethanol really hit. Trey said some of those taste like grass to me. Yeah, I could totally see that. Totally see that, Trey. Yeah, 4 on the palate. Definitely like peach rings. It's very drying on the back end. I'm not a huge fan of. Anytime I get bitterness or drying, I'm not a crazy fan of it. But that's not bad. That is not bad. That's still a good pour. Unless I look like an idiot. But it does have that little bit of craftiness. Now, if number 4 is the Blonde Brothers, that's one of the better things from them I've had, minus the old Nodder bourbon, of course. Yeah, that kind of hangs around. There's definitely some peach notes in that sucker. Wow. Doesn't compete with some of those for me, though. All right. Last 5. We're just cruising right along. What are you guys drinking tonight? Last 5 is dark. Look at that. That is a dark pour right there. Nose on 5 has dark caramel notes, chocolate, like really nice leathery tobacco note. That tastes, the palate on that is good. It's drying, a little crafty again. I'm getting that craftiness on glass 5. What I don't know if I could tell you on glass 5 if it's a bourbon or a rye. I don't know. Daniel, drinking that Titan's Pipe 3. Dude, I just had the original Titan's Pipe last night. It's good, man. Our bourbon, the wonderful wife has gotten into cocktails, so coffee old fashioned tonight. Oh, dude, that sounds good. Now, hopefully, with that coffee old fashioned, you used Hard Truth's chocolate malted rye. If she didn't, she messed up. She done messed up. Last 5 on the palate has those good like leather tobacco notes that I love. Good spiciness. Brandy, Susan, you might like the cherry brandy finish better. I knew it was going to still be crafty for you. So yeah, I mean, if Glass 4 is the Blonde Brothers Nodder bourbon. Susan, have you had the peach brandy finished rye? I figured with 8 years it would not taste crafty to me. And being a rye, like ryes, it seems like young distilleries are able to not get that crafty note in ryes, which makes me completely believe that Blonde Brothers crafty notes are coming from their cooperage. Erica P. You know what? I got to keep track of these. I got to keep track of these super chats. Erica missed last week's hang, but happy late birthday. Oh, thanks, Erica. Appreciate that. Yeah, let's see. Zero. It's the other one. That's right. All right, well, one of you two is getting a fight. If it's just you two doing super chats tonight, I'll send both of you one. Mayor Zero drinking Stag 23A. That's a great bottle, man. Tim Evans, avoid the cigar blend from Blonde Brothers. Dude, I just have not been impressed with much that Blonde Brothers has done. And that's a distillery that will probably never send me anything. I think I've ruined that relationship. I have not. This is the thing, guys. Like, I will never compromise my integrity and give a good review on something that I don't like. And if a distillery gets mad at me for that, then it's a shitty distillery. So, and now this was years ago, but they definitely did not like a review I did or something I had to say about one of their offerings. And I think it was Mike Blom that got on and said something on one of my videos. Peter B, taking a few weeks off hip surgery, hoping to have a good pour next week. Oh, yeah, hope you recover okay, buddy. Okay, yeah, Susan. Yes, I own both. And said hot trash. Yeah, I know, man. I'm just not crazy about it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Ooh, 6 is different. All right, 6. Let's see here. 6 on the nose is really dark. Again, chocolatey. This barrel, for those of you, because I know a lot of people from Rusty Water Society were watching, this is barrel. Oh, I can't read it. I think it says 2639. Since we've done a few picks at A1. I think that's an older Driftless Glen, not the newer one. Palette on number 6. Again, I got chocolatey. I'm getting a lot of chocolate on some of these. Chocolate, caramel. That's pretty good. A little crafty. Not bad though. That's pretty good. I'm gonna take one more sip here. My way down. Tim, yeah, I appreciate it, man, but I'm gonna pass on the Blonde Brothers sample. I appreciate it though. They're just never really done it for me, man. Now the 12-year-old Nodder was fantastic. Yeah, it was $129. So this one today was $119. The only reason I got it was because I had a gift card. So otherwise, I wouldn't have taken the risk. What's your favorite Elijah Craig barrel proof batch of all time? No pirate bottles. So I would have told you A120 was my favorite until last week's live stream. Myself, Ed, Ben, and Brad did a blind of all the 2020 batches against the latest batch, 923, C923. And C923 won for me. So I guess that's my favorite new batch, and I didn't think it was going to beat some of the 2020 bottles. So right now, that's my favorite. I didn't want to be trendy, but it is. The hype's real on that bottle, man. Let me take one more sip of this. So the palate on 6 is a little bitter, but that's like a Snickers candy bar. That's pretty good. Copper Wolf 87, what's up, man? I don't know that I've seen you in the chat. So cheers, man. Cheers. I agree. The signs of a good distillery is the ability to handle harsh criticism and work to improve their product. Yeah, and I agree, and to also realize that not all palates are the same. And just because I don't like something doesn't mean other people aren't going to. I mean, that happens all the time. You know, some people act like like if they don't agree with me on a review, they act like I've insulted their mom. And I'm like, what? It's okay that we don't agree. That's perfectly okay. Everybody's palate's different. This is subjective. You know, it all depends on where you are in your bourbon journey as well. You know, Barrel Spirits sends me bottles all the time, and I've given some of their stuff not good reviews, and they're perfectly okay with it. And I really appreciate that, and it makes me really like a distillery that understands that, you know, you're going to send your stuff out there, you know, expect to have it evaluated and criticized possibly, and it's okay if it is. There's no reason we should all agree on every bottle. And I try not to, I really try not to watch other reviews before I do my own, because I don't want to be influenced by those reviews. Sometimes you hear chatter, like with C923, man, I heard so much chatter. I was like, this isn't going to be as good as everyone says it was. That's why we did it in the blind, and it is. It's a really, really good bottle, man. Yeah, Tim Evans says C923 is fantastic. It really is. Doug H, I just picked up a bottle of ECBP 923. Yep. Awesome, man. You're going to love it if you haven't had it. Daniel said, Lance and I never agree. Yeah, like Daniel told me today the worst flavors in the world are peach and watermelon. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's like they're a fat kid's dream, man. So yeah, it's perfectly okay. Like, I don't get offended if somebody doesn't agree with me. Daniel thought the best bottle in the world was Wild Turkey 1. And it wasn't. He's wrong. It's okay to be wrong. Exactly. Some people love bottles, and I don't get it. To each their own. Yeah. People just, you know, they just don't like it when you don't agree with their opinion. I get it. I get why people are sensitive, but they shouldn't be. Let's see. All right, let's go back. We're going to work back our way back through, and then I'll try to rank these for you guys. Let's see here. 5 coming off 6. Still had those good, like, dark tobacco notes, little spicy, drying. Still, I'm getting everything I got the first time. Dark caramel, chocolate, leathery tobacco notes. A little spearminty on the nose. I'm going to add spearmint. I wasn't getting spearmint the first time through. Second time through, I'm getting a little spearmint on the nose, which leads me to believe that number 5 is a rye. Yeah, definitely some spearmint on the palate. Normally, I'm not a fan of that note, but in this, it's balanced with a lot of tobacco leathery notes, and that's a good bottle. The only thing, And again, I'm splitting hairs. It's not really a negative, but I'm trying to rank these. And if I'm ranking these, the back end on the palate is a little drying, uh, a little over oaked, but not bad. All right, going to 4. This was the funky one, going from 1 to 6. So see how 4 is coming off of what I think is a rye. Oh man, the nose on 4 has gotten a lot better. Oh man, there's a beautiful caramel note on there, like buttery caramel on the nose. I said I got peaches. I'm not getting that much peach on the nose on this. It's more just like a really nice caramel note. The kind of crafty note on the nose has went away, coming back through. Yeah. that's peach rings all day long. It's got a weird, like almost soapy note on the palate, on the front of the palate, like right before the peach kicks in. It's a weird turn where you're like, what is that? And then you can start tasting peach, but at first it's like kind of like a soapy note, which is really odd. Huh. That's interesting in this lineup. All right, back to 3 here. Let's see. Power Bourbon. I'm excited for this new bourbon from Barrel at $50. It's going to get a lot of people hooked on their brand. I think I did read a release on that, but I don't know anything about it. TJ, what's the breakdown? I mean, it's obviously it's sourced, right? Or is this their own distillate? Oh, 3's so good, man. Oh. 3's just so unique. There's zero craftiness. If I had anything to knock on it, it just has, it's a little bit drying on the finish. But there's caramel, butterscotch. It's got that good like malty beer note mixed in, which normally I would not like, but man, it just works. It just works. Whatever. Number 3 is just really well rounded, really cohesive. It's a beautiful, beautiful whiskey. Mike Edwards said Barrels for Hope gave it a run for its money though. Oh yeah, that's right. We did taste. Yeah, I don't want to say that, man, because you know I'm biased. But we Barrels for Hope, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, our founders pick that we did for our charity organization. A lot of people on that live stream were tasting it against Elijah Craig's C923, and it was winning for a lot of people. You know, I liked it more, but again, I'm extremely biased. I didn't say that because nobody's gonna listen to me on that. Other people have to say that. Copper Wolf says C923 is a great bottle. My favorite, not too oaky or medicinal cherry. So it's the best ECP that I've had. It's really good. I was one of the few people that got, again, a little bit of drying, a little bit of bitterness. But the night we had it, it was very, very good. I mean, I can't hate it for anything. It's a fantastic bottle. And apparently, due to that blind, according to that blind, my favorite. Doug H, I got you down, buddy. All right. So glass 3, whatever that is, probably winning for me at the moment. Man, glass 2 is good. Glass 2 is so chocolatey. It's like chocolate brownie batter. God, it's good. Man, I think 2 and 3 are probably 2 and 3. Glass 2 and Glass 3 are in the lead for me. Glass 2 is like chocolate covered cherry with or chocolate brownie batter. It's really good. The finish is fantastic. Glass 3 is more butterscotch. It's got that malted beer kind of characteristic to it on the back end. Just a whisper of it. Really nice. Both very well balanced. Really nice. No crafty notes on either of those. Last one. Oh, first time through, I said glass 1 was a little Buffalo Tracy. That was fantastic. That was really fruity coming off of the chocolatiness of glass 2. It just accentuated everything about glass 1. And I'll say, guys, doing blinds, I love doing blinds. Double blinds are great too. Blinds like this are fine. But what you have to keep in mind is sometimes when you do blinds, you're not going to get the nuances of the bourbon or rye that you're tasting. So, for instance, let's say somebody sent me the Blonde Brothers rye finished in peach brandy barrels. If I'm tasting that blind and I don't know what it's finished in, and it's a delicate finish, I might miss those notes, especially if I've tasted something strong before or after it. So I might not pick up those little nuances that are really important. So you might not know if it's grain to glass. You might not know what the cooperage is. You might not know if it's a special occasion bottle. All those things add to the experience of the bottle. So while I think blinds are fun, I don't think they're the end all be all to any tasting. It's fun to do. It's fun to put them in there, but it's very easy to miss really nice nuances of a whiskey and say it's better than X, and when it may not be. So I think it's good to use all those tools when you're evaluating whiskey. Erica said, I'm still searching for C923 because of the hype. It's unlikely to be sitting on the shelves. Fingers crossed, though. Yeah, I know, man. It got hot fast. Got hot real fast. Fire Bourbon said, it's a source blend at 100 proof. They have the idea it's for cocktails and to be on bars, so more people know about that. Oh, nice. Well, they need a bourbon that's in that $40 to $50 range. So more people are exposed to them. Having blends at $85 is just too much, especially when they're hit and miss. They do some amazing things. I really am impressed with them. So guys, class 1, 2, and 3 are easily in the lead for me. Glass 4, 5, and 6 are not in the running. So let's see. Let me get these last 3 placed, and then we'll do the top 3. So, glass 4. Glass 4 is just funky, man. It's just too funky. I'm not a fan of that. I think I gotta put last 4 in last place. So we're gonna put that over there. So now we're deciding between 5 and 6. Last 5. Last 5 is nice, man. Dark, chocolatey, little drying again. It does come off as a little bit too drying, but it's good stuff. No, I wouldn't say I taste any craftiness on glass 5. Glass 6. Glass 6 is nice, man. It is like a chocolatey caramel candy bar. And it's got some heat. It's got a good finish. Oh, man. Glass 4 and glass 5. Really. Oh, that's tough. All right. I'm going to take a second and I'm going to taste glass 5 and glass 4 one more time. Let's see. Okay, Copper said, I got that too. Kind of fine line, a bitter sour for me, but I thought it gave a bit more character as it did and stick around long, just on the tail end of the finish. Yeah. Yeah, it was just on the finish for me too, man. It wasn't anything bad. And you know, when I'm evaluating those, I'm splitting hairs. It was freaking fantastic. JR, what's up, man? Hey, Lance, thanks for hanging with us tonight, dude. Has anyone on here tried the new Chattanooga BIB 2019 fall version? Yeah, man, no problem. I love doing these blinds now. Now that I got, we moved and got the bourbon room, I can do this every Thursday night. The kids are gone, so it's perfect, man. Even if, I don't care how many of you are here. It's fun to just get on, drink some whiskey, do a tasting. It's fun stuff, man. And if you guys are here for a craft night, you guys are the true whiskey nerds. I love it. We get more viewers when we post stuff like Blanton's Taste Off, that kind of thing. So you guys are the true bourbon lovers. Chattanooga is great though, man. I love Chattanooga. Good young distillery. All right, here we go. Last 5, one more time. Last 5 is really nice. Oh, chocolatey, man. A bunch of these are really chocolatey tonight. A lot of chocolate. All right. For my palate, these are close. These are neck and neck. I'm putting glass 4 in next to last place just because it has a little bit of a spearmint note. Again, not that it's bad. The only glass I would say that I wouldn't really care for is the last place glass. All the rest of these are fantastic. But I'm going to put glass 4 in next to last. Glass 5 in 4th place. So now we're down to the top 3, which is just glass 1, 2, and 3. And this is hard. Glass 1, 2, and 3, very, very hard for my favorite craft distillery so far this year. Daniel said Kings County makes some quality stuff for a craft distillery. I've never had Kings County, Daniel. Tim said, still love how Stellum is mullets backward. Yeah. Yeah, one of the Stellum picks we did was, I think we named it mullets or something. All right. Let's see if I can figure out these top 3 here. Glass 1. Ooh, that was sharp. That changed for me. Glass 1, really sharp on the front of my tongue. Was not, it's wild, man. How bitter and sharp that was, that sip. Power Bourbon said, Lance, have you tried any of this year's Hardin's Creek? Yeah, at Whiskey Mash. They had the first 2. They were both phenomenal. And I can't remember which one I liked more, to be honest with you. I don't know which one I liked more. They were both phenomenal, though. Really, really good. Whichever one was more fruity was the one I liked more. I'm not sure. Maybe Ben or Ed remembers, but yeah, both those Hardin's Creek 17 years those are fantastic. And they would definitely be in my bourbon of the year running if I had a bottle and if I bought it at MSRP. So I don't. For those of you, we've had so many new subscribers in the last month. Our bourbon of the year has to be a bottle that I found on the shelf at MSRP. So a lot of these limited editions are not going to be in my bourbon of the year running. A lot of channels will do that, but I figure what's the point of naming something bourbon of the year if you can't find it on the shelf? You guys can go watch those other channels and figure out, a lot of those limited editions are buys if you see them at MSRP. I don't need to tell you that. So we try to just reward the bourbons that are on the shelf that I find near MSRP for our channel. So just to be a little different. Oh man, Glass 2 is so good. It's malty like Glass 3, but chocolatey. Got those like dark chocolatey cherries, covered cherries. It's really good. And what's crazy is in this lineup, I mean, there's stuff up to 120 proof, and I think that glass is lower proof, but the flavors are so concentrated that it's really holding up. It's really holding up. All right. Oh. All right. Third place is going to be Glass 1. So now I'm the Glass 2 and 3, and they are close. And I think right now Glass 2 is going to edge it out just because it's not as drying on the palate. Man, I don't want that one. That one. Yeah, Tim said, love them. Still can't find the Boston batch. Is Boston batch, is that the latest one? I'm not up to date on those. I don't know what the latest one is. Selling mullets backwards, too funny. Yeah. Oh. Trey said, got the last pour of aged cellar as I was going back for it round 3. Stuff was so good. Yeah, Maker's aged cellar was really good, man. Really good. All right. We're getting close to narrowing this down, guys. Man, I might put Glass 3 ahead of Glass 2. I mean, Glass 1 ahead of Glass 3. Get it straight here. One, 2, and 3 are so good, man. They are all 3 of those expressions. You're splitting hairs. It's a matter of preference. Not a bad. The top 3 are phenomenal, guys. All top 3 of these phenomenal. If you're looking for brands to go out and chase that are available sitting on the shelves, whatever Glass 1, 2, and 3 are is what I would be chasing. Glass 2, lots of espresso. Kind of espresso coffee bean note on Glass 2 that time. I was picking up a lot of chocolatiness, but then the espresso really started popping through. So if you like those dark espresso chocolatey notes, Glass 2 is going to be your jam. If you like more fruity, Glass 1 is going to be your jam. This is really hard for me, guys. All right, Trey is in the mix. All right, dude. Dude, if you've never had these, you're gonna love this flight. It's a fun flight, man. It'll be fun for whoever wins this to sit down and taste these and see which one you like the best. So right now, I'm really trying to figure out what is the most balanced, well-rounded, not as much drying bitterness. All of these taste fantastic, guys. Especially the top three, really fantastic. Um, I would even put whatever I put in fourth, really good. We're just splitting hairs. Sometimes what's weird is when I have glass one, sometimes it's coming off as bitter and sharp. Sometimes it's coming off as just like a fruit bomb. Very Buffalo Trace, which is really cool for craft distillery to kind of remind me of Buffalo Trace. Class 3's good, man. Really good. And I'm close to moving Glass 3 back into first place. Finish is really long. Damn. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm putting Glass 3, which came off as bitter at one point, back into first place. Very Buffalo Tracy, very fruity, long finish, well-rounded. Has that sherry note I talked about, which is really interesting. All of these are very interesting, which is what's so cool. Glass 2 and my second and third place kind of similar in that there's a maltiness to them, like a maltiness you might get in beer, which might not sound great, but it is really good. So, all right, I think that's my order, guys. You guys ready for the big reveal? What is my favorite craft distillery right now? And yeah, I'm not even gonna guess what these are. I'm just gonna put them in order. So coming in sixth place is, I think we all knew. There's a B on there for Blonde Brothers. That is the Blonde Brothers 8-year rye, finished in brandy peach. So sixth place is a $119 bottle that I bought today that I only put in here not because it was one of my favorite craft distilleries. Actually, it's one of my worst craft distilleries. And I kind of just backed it up. It's okay. Man, I want them. They're from my home state, guys. Know that, like, I want them to crush it. But every time I taste it, it's just crafty, man. It's just crafty. And even an 8-year rye that's finished in peach brandy barrels tastes a little crafty. I think I said on that one, on the nose, I said crafty, bitter. On the palate, peaches. Can't read my handwriting. But I said drying. It is a little drying. So, all right. Next to last place is, oh no shit. So next to last place is the Starlight. Sorry, Power Bourbon. It's the Starlight Power Bourbon pick. Now, is it bad? No, it's a very, very good pick. I think what was throwing me off on that, let's see, that would have been number 5. So I said nose, dark, chocolate, leathery, tobacco. I think I've said all that on that pick before. But a little drying, and I think I even said a little over oaked, which makes sense. It's double oaked. It's a double oaked rye, but over oaked is hard to say because I think that double oaking gives a lot of those great tobacco notes that I love. That is a fantastic pick. Don't get me wrong. Sorry, Power Bourbon. I still love it, and I think I never picked up spearmint before, but I was picking up some spearmint gum kind of notes to it. And I'm not a huge spearmint fan. So in this blind, the spearmint really kind of jumped out. I've never tasted it in a multiple tasting before, multiple bottle tasting. On its own, I think I really just pick up those leather tobacco notes, which I love. And it didn't taste like super rye-ish to me. So that's what's in next to last place. So fifth place I think is, I don't know what that bottle is, $70 or so. Don't know. All right. And fourth place is D, which is Driftless Glen. That is the A1 pick, Driftless Glen. That is a really great bottle. I think that bottle runs, I don't know, $60 to $70. I said dark, chocolatey, a little bit like a chocolate caramel candy bar. The proof on that is 120. I think it drinks way below its proof. Little crafty, but very, very good. Driftless Glen. I think they're aging their stuff in like smaller barrels. So that's a 5-year. Yeah, 5-year, 120 proof. Driftless Glen doing good stuff, but not my favorite. All right. Third place. Now, 1 through 3, all super fantastic. Splitting hairs. Okay. So, Glass 3 is one of my favorite distilleries. Up and coming. The Hard Truth Caramel Malted Rye. So good, man. And that is like an $80 bottle. So, Hard Truth Caramel Malted Rye. I think, at the end of the day, the only thing I knocked at was it was a little bit drying on the finish. And, for a 2 to 3 year whiskey, man, guys, that's unbelievable what Hard Truth is doing. And 0 craft notes. 0. And it's unique. So, should probably even bump it up for uniqueness. So that means the 2 that are left, we've got Chattanooga and Woodinville as my top 2. And again, Chattanooga isn't fair to be in this blind because Chattanooga has MGP mixed with their own distillate. So in second place is, I have an F. I think that means Founders. I think that means Founders. That's the Chattanooga. What's that Chattanooga? I don't know, $75, $80 bottle. On that, I said chocolate covered brownie batter, espresso, coffee beans. So good, man. So good. For the proof, best pour up here, but again, they blended it with MGP. So that means, guys, my first place, my favorite, and I don't even know if you can call Woodinville Craft Distillery anymore, but yeah, I got a W there. I got to flip it upside down. But Woodinville, the A1 pick. This is the, you guys will love this. The Woodinville cigar. And you know what? What's crazy is I said Buffalo Tracy. This is the one that was Buffalo Tracy to me. Sherry. I said sherry notes, so I can see why they named it cigar. Strawberry, long finish. This is just a beautiful. Man, it's so good. It's really good. And I think that's, I don't know what that bottle runs. I can't remember. $70. So the most expensive bottle up here tonight, which is the Blonde Brothers limited edition 8-year rye finished in brandy barrels, $119, came in last. Fifth place was Starlight. Fourth place, I got to refresh my memory, was Driftless Glen. Third place was Hard Truth. And again, 1 through 3, splitting hairs. 2 was Founders, and number 1 was Woodinville, which is crazy because Woodinville to me a couple years ago was very crafty. And I wasn't like super high on it because it had some of those like fresh cut wood notes, and man, they're just getting better and better. That Woodinville pick is fantastic. Very fruity. Love it, man. Love it. Power of bourbon. Unless we're number one, I want to recount. Yeah, dude, it just the spearmint stuck out, and it's just not. I've never got that on your rye, man, but it's a great pick. It's still a great pick. You guys did fantastic on that. In fact, for Barrels for Hope, we rented out Starlight for our year-end event, and I hope we can do like a double oak rye. Really good. Looking for a buck this weekend. Oh, nice, man. Good luck, dude. Good luck. It's that time of year, man. They're getting ready to chase tail. Rut's about in. Oh, Jason's here. What's up, brother? Cheers, man. Yeah, thanks. 7K. Man, the climb from 2 to 6K super fast. 6K to 7K super slow. But that's on me because we had a lot going on, obviously. So I hadn't been putting out the content, but I appreciate that. Paul Smith, when I was last at Chattanooga Whiskey, if I understand right, they're no longer using MGP. So that could be, but on this founder's pick that plays second tonight, I'm pretty sure there's MGP in here. Yeah, it says 75% blend of straight whiskeys distilled in Chattanooga. So 75% of this is theirs. The rest is distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. So the rest is MGP. But still, man, that founder's pick, Chattanooga founder's pick is really good. If you like those chocolatey espresso notes. But Woodinville, man, Woodinville for the win. A1 for the win. A1 always does fantastic picks, man. So, all right, guys, we got, again, whiskey. The true whiskey nerds are here tonight, not the taters. You guys are true whiskey nerds. If you're still here with us watching tonight. So let's go real quick. We are going to do 1 through 4. So we got 4 super chats, and we'll do a drawing here and get you guys a flight of this tasting tonight. Now, I will say, like, I'm going to send probably 2 of you guys a flight tonight. The Hard Truth Caramel Malt is getting pretty low. I don't know that I can squeeze 2 out of there, but if I can't, I will do the latest Harvest Rye that Hard Truth sent me. That's the collab with John Cougar Mellencamp, and it's fantastic. So they're both really, really good. So let's see here. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 4. Who's on? Why is this taking so long, Siri? Oh, no. I might have to ask my wife. Siri's not listening. Siri's being a bitch. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 4. All right, I said 1. There we go. I better show you guys so you believe me. In the number 1 spot is Erica. Erica, you get a flight here. All right, we'll do 1 more. Siri, pick a number between 2 and 4. All right, and 4. So number 4 is Trey. So Trey, I will have yours. I can just bring it to A1 for you, buddy. Erica, I will send you your flight of tonight's tasting. This was a lot of fun, guys. Really appreciate y'all hanging out. Let me see. Trey Ryan said, Woodinville for the win. Can't wait to see you, Chug Train, on RWS. That's not happening tonight. I got to get up at 5:30 tomorrow for work, so that ain't happening. Brian asked, did you grab that at A1 Trio with the Weller Full Print 4? No, dude, I grabbed the Woodinville, and then I grabbed the backup on my own because I knew that bottle was special. It's really, really good. So, yeah. Mirror Zero says, congrats all. Erica says, thanks so much. Erica, just message me at thewhiskeytornado@gmail.com and send me your address. Don't know if I have it in Patreon, but send me your address and I'll get this flight out to you. That'll help me, man. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to all you whiskey nerds that loved checking out, some craft distilleries, some distilleries that aren't chased after. Hope this guys helps you decide what to buy, what to leave on the shelves. Um, Sorry to Blonde Brothers again. You just don't cut it, man. It's not very good. Everything else up here was great. Love you guys. Have a great night, and we will talk to you next Thursday on the Halloween live stream, where we'll be dressed up and we'll be tasting blind. I will be tasting blind as well. And to all you Barrels for Hope members, the Hard Truth pick is coming. We're going to A1 next week to get those out to you guys. Love you guys very much. We'll see you next week.